Hello everybody, I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Amazon Basics 15 sheet paper shredder, as well as showing you guys some troubleshooting as well. So yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so we're going to start with operation. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this video into like two separate parts. First is going to be operation, of course, and the second is going to be troubleshooting. And if you want to just go straight to troubleshooting, then you can use the timestamps. They will be in the description. Now, in terms of operation, it is very, very simple. Of course, the first thing you want to do is make sure it is, plugged in. And so, to use this thing, we're going to be using this thing up here. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. We're going to be using this right here. So this right here means that it's off. So it will not do anything. Like it won't accept, it won't accept any papers. It won't do anything. So the first thing you're going to want to do is turn the switch to on, or auto, I should say. Right there. And what you should notice is the green power light is on. If the green light is on, then you're good to go. If it's not on, then make sure it's plugged in and everything. This right here, so if you're pushing this button all the way to the left, what that does is that it automatically turns this thing on and just has it spin constantly. So if you have a lot of papers you need to shred, then that's what that option is for. If you turn this all the way to the right, then that's reverse. So it'll spin the blades in the opposite direction. And that's used for in case you have a paper jam or something. In most cases though, we're just gonna flick it to the auto switch. All right, so we have this little coupon right here. Let's just give this a go. There we go. Another cool thing about this paper shredder is that it can also shred old cards as well. So you can just insert it here. It's as easy as that. It will kind of like continue spinning for like a few seconds after the paper is shredded in case you have more things. But yeah, that's all you really have to do. Just keep putting the paper in here and have it shredded all until you're finished. Now the second part I want to share with you guys in terms of operation is emptying out the bin down there. So you can see there's this glass window, and I would fill it up until the paper level goes like just below the top of it. Once you get there, then this thing is ready to be emptied. So to empty it, you need to turn it off, of course. Now to open this thing up, just kind of grip it on the sides right here. We're just gonna pull on this thing here, and this whole thing will slide right out. And then you can dump all this in the recycling bin. And then once you empty it out of the recycling bin, just slide it back in. And you're good. So that's all you really need to know about operation. Now we're gonna move on to troubleshooting. Okay, so now we are going to talk about troubleshooting, and one of the most common problem that you will have with this paper shredder, or any paper shredder really, is a paper jam. Now, as I said earlier, this paper shredder has a reverse feature that reverses the spin of the blades in case of a paper jam. So if you turn it here, a second, it spins the blades in reverse, and some of that jam paper should come up right here. And what you can do is just grab yourself a pair of pliers and just kind of pull all those little pieces of paper out. And you can also do that by pulling on this thing here, and underneath, let me see if I can get a better angle here. Alright, so here is a slightly better view right here. These are the blades right here, all these metal things. And so if you do have a paper jam, what you might have to do is, you know, again, grab your pair of pliers and just pull all those little pieces of paper out. And of course, make sure that the paper shredder is off, or just unplug it all together. Just make sure that there's no risk factor here, because of course these blades are very sharp and you can cut yourself very easily with these. Now on a paper shredder like this, you really shouldn't have too many issues with paper jamming, because it's able to handle 15 sheets, but you never know. So always be prepared for a paper jam in case it happens. Another way you can help fix a paper jam is to take sort of like a thick sheet of card like this and just kind of push it down here and try to like force the jammed up piece of paper to go down. That's another way that you could potentially get this thing unjammed. Alright, but what if you did fix the paper jam but the shredder still doesn't work? Well, in that case, check these lights right here, up top. Now these lights are the first clues and indicators as to why your paper shredder may not be working. This light right here on the far left tells you that the bin is full. So if that is lighting up, then that just means your bin is too full and it won't accept any more paper. This one right here tells you that the bin is like not in all the way. So to fix that, you just have to, you know, kind of like, you know, make sure it's in all the way. That's basically all there is to it. This light in the middle tells you that the motor is being overloaded, you know, too much paper in at once. Now, of course, the easiest way to avoid that is just don't exceed the 15 papers at a time limit. I would recommend don't go more than 12. I would say a maximum of 12 papers at a time. And if you follow that, then you should be fine. Now this last one is overheating. Now if this light is lit up, then that tells you that the motor has, you know, overheated. And it says right here to like wait 45 minutes before using it again, just to give the motor time to cool off. But if none of these lights are lit up and your shredder still isn't working, then it is quite likely that the beam brake sensor is too dirty. Now, there are two sensors on this thing. One of them detects whether the door is closed or not, and of course you'll know by this light here. The other one is right behind here, and it detects if a piece of paper is there. And if that thing is dirty and the machine isn't able to detect there's paper there, then it won't shred it. So what happens is, you know, over time, you know, paper powder will get on that sensor and it'll dirty it up over time. So you want to clean it off. And the best way to clean that off is just use a simple paper towel, kind of like insert it and kind of go back and forth like this. And do that for like, you know, 10 seconds. Plug it back in, try it again. And if it still doesn't work, you know, clean it off again and, you know, do that a few times. But after like 5 or 6 times of doing it, it still doesn't work, then you likely have an issue internally. So let me try to take another look at this. So if you're still having problems, if you tried all these solutions and it still doesn't work, at that point I would recommend calling like customer service. But if you want to try to fix it yourself, then you can like unbolt these screws right here, you know, and take this whole thing and like slide it out, and then there's like more screws and you can like take it apart. But do keep in mind that if you do take this thing apart, it does void your warranty. So if you want to keep that warranty, don't take it apart. And there you have it. That's just a brief little tutorial on how to use the paper shredder and how to, you know, do some troubleshooting. Now I know it was a lot of information, but honestly 99% of the time it's gonna be very maintenance free. Really, you just flick the switch to turn it on and just shred paper. I mean, as long as you don't exceed that 15 paper limit, then you should be fine, like 99.9% of the time. So yeah, that's how you do it. Thanks for watching the video, and yeah, see you guys later.